It's what I imagine it is, like a gong, right? At the beginning of this chapter, like a ding.
Yeah. No, it's an intense. It's we got like the D, the O, the M, doom.
Dome. And the reason why we're talking about this thing is probably related to what this podcast is all about, which is about art. That's it. Art. End of sentence. Moving on. No, really, what we are is the Grand Line Tourist podcast, a chapter by chapter examining or re-examining, if you are like me and you're a nerd and you've already read the masterpiece that is Ichiro Oda's One Piece manga. Again, I am a nerd, said nerd, but the lead nerd of this metaphorical cruise ship tour boat, the tour guide, Eric C. Vu. It just sounds so much better when I put the C in the middle of it. So it makes me so happy.
It is good. I think
good,
it's just an extra syllable. Like it just you got some pompous nature to yourself. It's incredible.
Oh, pompous was not the where. Okay, you know what? Okay, Mister, I'm not. You see, would it be pompous of me to now relieve my side of the conversation to open it up for you to talk across the internet? I think not.
Well, now that you put it in such a haughty manner. I mean, you can't transfer your power without making a big deal about it. Yeah. Oh, sure. Give it to Jacob. Give it to the lowly tourist. Yeah, that's me. I'm a tourist. Okay, I accept it. I'm not as nerdy or as powerful or as well understanding of all the nuances. There's gonna be some panels that I missed something, and you're gonna tell me about them, and I'm gonna feel dumb. But that's okay. I'm here to represent that feeling of dumbness being okay.
You're the feeling of discovery, not dumbness of discovery. Ooh,
okay,
look at that.
That was actually that felt very genuine. No,
was that right?
That wasn't pompous. Good, right? That wasn't pompous or haughty. That made me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Oh,
I take back everything. I'm Jacob. I still have no middle initial, but Jacob over here. Jacob Jarecki.
Jacob Jarecki. Jacob J. Jarecki.
Ooh, good guess.
No, just
1 in 26 chance of being right. You never know.
I like those odds. I've played with worse. Let's just get straight into it, man. There's no need to whittle waddle to diddle piddle. I'm making a
pladdle.
There we go. That's the thing I was looking for. When you have a chapter as cool as this chapter, named as cool as this chapter, chapter 39, for whom the bell tolls. I don't know if you knew this, a little bit of trivia. Written by Ernest Hemingway, John Steinbeck. Yeah. Yeah, in the middle. He just came back to life, decided to write a pirate manga.
Probably while eating some grapes.
Yeah. Ooh, feel that rap.
Oh, did I actually get it right? Did I do it? Is that the right guy?
I have no idea. I'm hoping
this is our Grapes of Wrath guy. We'll figure things out later. You don't need to make references if everyone thinks they're correct. It doesn't actually matter if they are.
Just keep getting
rolling through it.
Way off track. I gotta read this itinerary. You guys can hear me. That's me flopping to right so I can read the rest of this itinerary. Here we go. Koro is out of the bag. Slashing away at everybody. Right? You like that? I'm so happy you let me do this one. Luffy takes a hit, but like the true captain he is, he takes the hit so he can grab Koro out of his out-of-the-bag move, secret move, and throws him quickly on the ground. Koro gets up. Koro blames Luffy. Why can't you just die? Look at what you made me do. You've made me kill all my people. And all that fun stuff. But, at this point, Luffy goes, yo, man, you're angry, and I'm not going to be like you. And that's the end of the after school special, that moment right there. Again, Koro tries to get out of the bag one more time, but at this moment, Luffy's like, nah. This time, I'm going to hold you tight. I know you just need a hug, Captain Koro. And he goes and he hugs him. But full romantic comedy hug. Where one of them is jumping onto the other one, legs and everything. This was a little bit more aggressive and meant to stop you from moving, less loving, I guess, is probably a fair part of this.
This is Kuro's redemption arc. I'm still calling it right here.
Right?
Kuro, he's going to accept the hug.
Yeah,
he's going to hug back. I believe it.
All right. Put the tinfoil back in the corner. We have to keep going. Because back at the forest, we get there. And what's happening? Well, Django is still unchained and he's throwing children at trees. He's still doing it. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't need hypnotism when he has just straight up violence towards children. Kaya is begging him to stop. And a deal that's happened. Kaya goes, if you stop beating up them kids, I'll write your will. I'll write your will. He agrees. She folds. She starts writing out the will and all that good stuff. At that point, the food boys are like, no, don't do it. It's too late. Oh, that's what Django's like. Don't get into this. It's too late. He signs off on it. Django reviews it. He's like, yeah, this will work legally because, maritime law. Once she signs off on it, they're not going to check it anymore. Maritime. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I should know. I did 3 semesters of it. Right then and there, Django goes, I'm going to kill you now. Because, wills don't work if the person's still alive. Did you know that? I don't know if you knew that, Django.
Oh, man. I've never been so, and this makes will writing much more exciting. I want to go to more will writings because it sounds like it's
the actual act of the writing?
My $20,000 goes to you, Jacob, my dear son. And then I go, thanks, Pa.
I feel like that's probably breaking the law, but who knows? That's mainland law. I only know maritime law, so it's all very different.
I see. There apparently there's a few differences, yeah.
Right. At that moment, we kind of see, Usopp and Zolo are actually able to see them. At this point, they actually can see them at a distance. They're like, oh my goodness, there they are. And they start running. Usopp
We're never going to make it.
But they're never going to make it. They're never going to make it at all. So Zoro does Usopp goes, just drop me. And then Zolo's like, got it. So drops him on the floor. And Zolo's running as fast as he can towards them. The food boys, they rally themselves even if they go, man, we shouldn't participate anymore. But they can't. Captain Usopp is brave. We're brave. They go. And I'm pretty sure they shove the sharp end of that shovel up Django's butt, and it gets him to pause for a little bit, to which he reacts to, kicks him, and all that good stuff. I think before, I'm trying to conclude, because now I'm trying to get all this together, before we conclude, and it goes, and Django goes, you're still too slow, Samurai Man, or he calls him Sash Man, you're too slow, and then Zoro goes, surprise, I wasn't ever aiming for you, I wasn't gonna make it, I was here to cut this branch, messes up that branch, and then Usopp goes all the way in the back, because we thought that he was just dropping him because of dead weight, but no, Usopp goes, yeah, that branch was in my way. But, like a good storyteller, what does Oda do, Jacob?
2 things at once.
Yes, because he cuts back. He cuts back to the beach where Luffy prepares his final attack. The cat crew, the cat crew, they're cheering. They're like, oh, our salvation is in the stretchy guy. If the stretchy guy wins, then we don't have to get cat out of the bag. We don't have to get out of the bag and destructed. Luffy hears this, and Luffy goes, I am preparing his final attack. He stretches, holding on to him, his romantic comedy corral, stretches his head all the way far enough back to yell at the guys in the back to say, hey, you guys can't cheer for me. I'm going to mess you guys up after I mess up your guy here. And then he announces a new move. I don't think we've seen this one yet, right?
No, this one's new. New.
Gum.
And duh, it's our chapter title coming in right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm a bad reader, Eric. Let me tell bad.
John Steinbeck,
for whom the bell tolls.
He knows what he's doing. Right, then we get this really awesome chapter ending the end of the panel, or the end of the chapter here is we actually get this cool two-page spread of both Django and Koro losing at the same time. And we get from Usopp, secret technique, exploding star. And then we get from Luffy, Gum Gum Bell.
Gum Gum Bell.
And then bam. That's our chapter. And that, folks, John Steinbeck at his greatest.
And I gotta just expand this little John Steinbeck just for a moment to say he wrote something I guess called "For Whom the Bell Tolls," right?
I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna Google this now, or else we gotta re-record this.
We're not re-recording. We're keeping it either way. But I that's all I could conclude. I'm pretty sure he's the Grapes of Wrath guy as well. But that's totally
my
fine.
God, I am so wrong.
Is it wrong?
It's Ernest.
Who is it? Who wrote "For Whom the Bell Tolls"?
It's Hemingway.
Is that? It also might be like a Metallica song or something, but don't check me on that. We need to stop checking things that we're wrong about.
Metallica, you got right. See, this is what happens where all my literary knowledge is just manga.
Just in one compartment. all right next to the Maritime Law Addendums Part 2 and 3.
Hey, Jacob, can you do me a huge favor and just go to the beginning at this of this podcast.
And accent it. I'm gonna make a little
just
rap
dub-
about it. It's like Steinbeck,
No,
Beltolls, Steinbeck.
Just dub in me saying Ernest Hemingway.
Okay. First, we gotta get a nice, clear recording of that. Let's hear it. Give me
Ernest Hemingway.
We'll see if we can dub it in. Okay, wait, mark it.
Oh, mark it. It's marked. This is happening. We're keeping all of this in, too.
We're doing something. Yeah, no, this will be fun. It was great to know that I yes-anded the heck out of that, but I was like making a Grapes of Wrath reference to an author writing something that didn't exist. It was lovely.
And they're both American, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, there we go. They're both, yeah. Fair enough.
All right. I feel like you had a point.
Said,
you had your fingers raised across the interwebs.
I did. I wanted to mention one interesting thing. I don't know if it came up in the itinerary, that Kaya threatened to take her own life when Django, was kind of like, saying, I'm just going to kill you all anyway.
Yeah, beating up on the kids.
That was
Kaya's done that before, which makes sense because there's no will yet. So where did the pen and paper come from? You think Django had it on him? I feel like he probably
That's
did.
an interesting question. Yeah,
right?
I guess he's the kind of guy that always has that on him. You know what? That's some points to Django. For being someone that doesn't seem very prepared, I feel like he's doing a pretty good job as number 2. For the knowledge and intelligence he seems to have, he's following through on a lot of stuff,
Yeah, and I feel like I think you're right. I definitely did miss it. Yes, Kaya did threaten to kill himself just to get him to stop beating up on the children.
It falls into a little bit last time with her closing her eyes. I just like this a little bit of a recurring thing of her doing kind of cool things to try to she's participating in the fight in the way she can, which is a little bit of some silly intelligence kind of thrown in, right? It delays it. That was what, in combination with a lot of other things,
allows them to be saved.
Usopp, and they get there in time,
Yeah, and it's kind of fun. I think you brought up a really cool point too, because I've been making this comparison between this and like Les Mis, right? Which is
okay. Oh,
all the characters kind of culminating here, and I feel like this chapter does a good job of having all the characters culminate here at the end. I mean, other than Nami's just stealing junk, which is like, I guess in the future, I don't know if that's participating thoroughly, but she participated a lot in the beginning of the fight. But at this point, I do like that all the good guys are getting involved, outside of Nami and Mary, because Mary is hopefully trying to live.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where at the rate of characters we have, if we didn't ever let characters drop out, like it would literally be one panel per character, and then that would be the whole chapter, right? So we got to do something. Nami, she's stealing some stuff. That's part of her.
Yeah, man, and she's almost she's gonna kill him with his own little chakrams things. That's great. That's great.
Oh yeah.
Also makes me wonder, like, is it not sharp in the inside? It's probably not sharp in the inside, huh? So you can kind of hold it.
Oh, because you're thinking about
because you kind of how you grip a ring.
Yeah.
Right?
You're thinking about
circular thing.
Yeah, wait, and you were saying there that she's gonna kill him, meaning Kaya?
Oh no, just holding.
Who are you referring to?
She's holding the his little ring thing on the inside, and I was wondering, it's probably pretty soft in the inside. It's probably not sharp.
Oh yeah. You're talking about like Kaya when she was threatening to kill herself, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yes.
No, definitely. Yeah, safe to hold. Otherwise, how would Django do it?
Right.
How would he get his little?
That's true.
Finger flings in there.
I mean, that thing was knocking down trees, like acres of trees earlier. So who knows, man? At this point,
the whole logging industry of that town is going to be like, oh my goodness, we're done for years. We just got to collect all these logs that Django did. Put him to work. We're good to go.
Yeah, that's true. That's what they should do. They should keep him as a lumberjack. All right, this is the fight. We're done.
Did you catch the
catch what?
The visual metaphor? We were talking about how everything lines up towards the end of this chapter, right? All this Les Mis stuff going on. And there was a particular thing with the visuals, which you might have already been planning on calling out, but I just wanted to call it out more explicitly, of basically Gum Gum Bell, I think, lining up really well with Usopp pulling back his slingshot as two stretchy actions that like kind of ultimately collide at the same time.
Whoa. No, you win this one. You win that.
Yes!
You win that detail. That is real freaking cool.
No, because
even in the same location of a page, like you flip it and it's him. Wow.
It's fun. I thought it was pretty cool. And then then you get the 2-page spread where like the only thing that did come out a little blue for me, which I was like, exploding stars. I think, have we had the exploding stars before?
I don't know if we had one yet. If he did it, then we must have Right.
It was a bit like, I was like, oh my goodness, like not only is like Jango gonna get hit in the head, but he's gonna get like his head exploded apparently.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway from rereading this whole arc is like, this is such a freaking cool chapter. Like, I also think like this is such a good representation of like everything I want out of my One Piece, which is, I think, from the fact that everybody gets involved, from just a small little tidbit of Usopp getting dropped off, you know, and to the branch being cut, to the way Luffy wins and the what Luffy beats him with. Like, it feels almost poetic in like so many ways. For the life of me, I kept thinking like, I don't remember how Usopp gets paid off in this fight. I don't remember. And this,
yeah, because he was so far away. Because like, you know, Luffy was talking about him, right? And you're like, oh, he's on his way to there, but like, what's gonna happen? You know?
Yeah, and it's what a cool, like, this is the best version to make that allows Usopp to like win. I think cool.
Okay. Interesting thing that has come up with you mentioning that, like, you know, Zoro puts Usopp down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of, you know, sets us up for like, oh, he's not going to be helpful in the fight, but he winds up being helpful in the fight.
Yeah.
Do you think Zoro knew as soon as he put him down, because he says with pleasure, that they were setting up? Is the plan already in motion there, or as Zoro's running, does he come up with a plan?
I think it was, and I think this is what they're trying to allude to, is that they're already on the same page.
Okay, that's what I think. I like that. Like, I did not really fully grasp all that until like re-looking at the panels again. Like I'll usually skim through them again before we record, and yeah, that's when I noticed. I was like, oh my goodness, like I really felt the team effort when I looked at it a little closer. Because originally I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they put Usopp down and then he fires, and I was like, oh no. The branch, the timing to get that, you know, shot in.
It's so cool.
And because like it really makes intense visual storytelling once you know the stakes. But you do have to imagine it, because like you can kind of not imagine that scene properly. Like what I think I did my first time, I didn't quite understand. They do a good job of like calling it out, but my mind went a little too fast through it of, oh, we're not going to make it, right?
Yeah.
So what that means is like we're way too far away.
Yeah.
And but you even have to put together that even Zoro running isn't going to make it either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But he's able to run to the branch that's in the way of Usopp being able to fire at Jango. And it's like, oh, that's just cool.
Isn't that like, it's just, the way he builds the momentum in this chapter is so cool, man. Like, you know, I could write this in a script, or I could write it down as an idea and everything, but to be able to visually show it the way he did, it feels paced in such a cool, and like, me as the reader, as the audience member just watching and experiencing this chapter, I felt like I earned, just like them, such a cool payoff with this last page. Right?
Yeah.
Like all of it, with the back and forth, the cutting, you know, like and back at the ranch, right? Like back in the forest and back on the beach, right? Like it's fun. It's fun. I understand the stakes. It's such a good, like, it's a masterclass of just understanding the whole fight and like how you build your momentum. It's so good.
And I wouldn't sell yourself short with storyboarding and all that. Once we see your chibi buggy, I'll fully understand your ability to do this sort of thing in person. So
I hope you only like camera-facing characters, because that's all you're gonna get out of me.
I'm sure Oda would be a little bit more limited in his storytelling if that's all he could do, but he would pull some cool stuff off, I'm sure. Don't sell yourself short.
I just kind of want to nerd out a little bit about this. Like, this chapter has so much fun action. Like, this is such good One Piece action. It's still kind of like grounded in its own rules, which is great. I love that one. I thought that he was gonna put up more of a fight, but Captain Kuro never had a chance against Luffy. And it's just,
well, I was kind of glad he didn't. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think I really wanted another 2 chapters of ending with Luffy about to hit Kuro or Kuro about to hit Luffy, you know. Right. I was okay with, let's wrap this up, you know.
Yeah, and I also like that it's really, again, about the philosophies in the fight, right? It really ends up being about, like, you are such a terrible person, and you're gonna lose because of that, right? And I like that he gets to say his line of, I'm never gonna become a pirate like you, which is a fun little thing. Because then I kind of wrote down on mine, is like, this is a really dumb, we have so many references in our podcast, but like, I wrote down, the biggest lie of all was Koro thinking he was a true pirate captain.
Oh.
Look at that, man. Right? And that happens here. That's why he loses so badly. This guy is supposed to be the best, one of the best of East Blue. He has a huge crew. He does all these things, but at the end of himself, he was lying to himself. He was lying that he was happy being like that. He was lying that his life could ever be better than what he's already created. The truth of all of these lies, the one thing that was keeping him from achieving all of these things, was that he wasn't a good person. He wasn't achieving his dreams in the way that, like, at least in One Piece world, is right. Like, he hurt people.
Yeah.
He goes through people. He doesn't care, and he'll kill people. He's getting punished for that. Literally a knock on the head.
And sometimes my brain runs a little wild while you're saying stuff, and so if you just said exactly what I'm about to say, let me know. But to some extent, maybe slightly rephrased, like, we did have a little bit in the last chapter talking about how Usopp isn't a real pirate captain, right?
Yep.
But it's really clear that it's obvious the person who's not a real pirate captain is Captain Kuro, right? It's kind of like you can't be a pirate captain if, like, you have all those attributes that you just mentioned, that you don't care about your crew. Like, it just doesn't work,
It doesn't make any sense because, like, even, like, Kuro calls Usopp a pretend captain in the last one, pretend pirate, and he was playing pretend. He was with those kids, but look at what those kids are doing right now, right? Look at what those kids are fighting. They're fighting for something they believe. They're fighting for what their captain believes in, and that right there makes him more of a pirate. It makes him a sea warrior.
No, man, you know what? I was not super impressed with all the dialogue last chapter when I first read it. All this stuff about, like, oh, you want these 100% obedient pawns, even if you had a bunch of them, you wouldn't be able to win. And now it makes sense a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because, 100% obedience cannot compete with Usopp's pirates just being on the same page with, like, his morals of what he wants to accomplish, because it's going to come from their hearts, and those little hearts, 3 of them, can grab baseball bats, hit you in the gonads. It's not good.
These guys went after Django, man. Look, these 3 kids saw this man level acres of force, and they still were like, I bet you we can Assassin's Creed attack him from the trees. Like, come on, man. Like, they went.
Onion also climbs that tree. I didn't mention last chapter, but, like, he's on the ground, and then he's up in the tree, like, 2 panels later. Like, he's a quick little critter.
To think that Django spent about 5 minutes on the floor because he got his
there you go.
He got his family jewels knocked around with a bat, man. So
one thing that I think we're just gonna slide right into, actually, what did we call it? The translation. You got to do a little song. You said you're gonna do it every time.
Yes, I will. How you pronounced it in Spanish the last chapter?
Traducir.
The traducir.
Oh yeah.
Jacob. Got it.
All right, Traducir Jacob here. Interesting point, and it's about those 3 lovely pirates. So I'm just gonna read. There's a little section. Where they're talking about, they're all on the ground, right, and they're wondering what they should do, right? We'll be okay if we, we'll be okay if we keep playing dead.
Yeah.
But Miss Kaya saved us. Captain always says, if you think you're gonna lose, run away and hide, right? And then we have a little thing from Pepper in the next panel that says, Captain Usopp's not like that, right? And then he kept fighting until he was all bloody. Now, note that line about Captain Usopp's not like that. That's the line that we're gonna pay attention to in this slightly different translation. Yeah. Okay, zooming in on this new one. Remember what Captain says. If you think you're gonna lose, and this is a little different, but it's not too important. Just tuck your tail between your legs and run away. Interesting rephrasing. This next one is the one that I was key that I think I like better. From Pepper, we get in response to that. If you think you're gonna lose, tuck your tails and run away. He says, but Captain is a liar. And so
that is better.
It is better because then they kind of get to lie. It pays off the whole theme. Yeah, and then they lie, and then they were lying about being
asleep.
Being asleep. It's just I like that. Like it's not ultimately going to change what you think about what happens in these moments, but it is. It adds a little bit more poetry to the theme that me and you had been chasing, so I just had to bring that back.
Yeah.
And
we've been chasing it hard, too. Yeah, that's so good.
Oh, yeah.
They should have kept that. The captain is a liar. Cool. Yeah, he is. And he's and he's a freaking sea warrior.
And that's what they're saying. We're not going to listen to him this time when he says tuck your tail and run away. He's lying. This is the time we're going to stand up for. We're going to be like him, and we know he's lying.
Did you do what I did, which was go back after you saw Zolo cut the branch? Did you go and be like, is that branch in the other frames?
No, I didn't. But is it? Is it?
A little bit. I guess you can kind of see. You would have to. It's not obvious. It wouldn't have been like an obvious branch, but you would have to. For me in my head,
Are you talking about? Are you looking at the panel where Django says, "What? He's coming after me"? Is that the one
I'm looking at
looking
almost every panel from the moment that
okay.
Usopp sees him. From like I'm looking at everything leading up to the cut.
Gotcha. It's one of those hard things because background in manga is kind of you don't actually necessarily expect it to be consistent a lot of the times. I think it's kind of maybe it is though. I've never it's never been something I've ever needed to track for any reason, and now we have a reason, right?
Yeah, because this is a very cool thing for him to track. But you can kind of see there is a few branches in the way, and just going back to what you were asking me before, I finally get to look at this panel when he says, but she's in trouble, put me down. You see that it's a hyphenated. He doesn't get to finish the sentence.
Yeah. Put me down. Ooh. Yeah.
So, like, it's almost like Zoro in his mind already finished the thought.
I see. Well, yeah, but she's like, yeah, he was like, he must have been throwing Usopp before he finished saying, put me down. Yeah, so they had to be on the same page to some extent.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like, throw me down so I can shoot, right? Throw me down so I can shoot him or anything. And he already like, I got you, man. And I know exactly where I'm going.
And Zoro is like you know what? He's really mind gamed a lot of these cooperative endeavors.
Yeah.
Like in a way that's incredibly, like, he's got, Kuro,
and,
he's planned some stuff all by himself, but it takes a stronger mind to plan things, like this in the moment.
So each one of these members who are recruited to Luffy, they all are a role on the ship, right? And you can kind of argue that, like, the first mate makes things happen.
Yeah, and if we're done, what? I don't know why. At first AD, the director,
right.
I want this to happen, and then the first AD is like, okay, here's what we're gonna do.
This is how I'm gonna make it happen, right? Like, it's one thing to say you want something to happen. It's another person's complete job to be like, I got you. This is how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And that's what he kind of is. And I don't know if that's a spoiler because they haven't really talked about roles or anything yet on the crew, but that's kind of what he is in the future. And I kind of
I like as the first person recruited, I always assumed he's kind of in a first mate position.
Right.
Yeah. No. I think I wouldn't say that's a big degree of spoilerage at all. But
what spoilers are relative.
it's true. Yeah. What? Oh, I'm closing the book, Eric. This is where I draw the line.
I quit.
To be honest, like I think the funnier things that felt like a bigger spoiler was you like letting me know we weren't on the Grand Line, or it just because like I didn't understand the world yet. It felt like what? What do you mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, my last thing. Let's just talk about this last spread, the last 2 pages.
Oh yeah.
It's great, man. It's great. You get Kaya.
A detail that I quite liked is Kuro's glasses being on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
After he gets headbutted, it's kind of like I don't know. It feels like that's when you're done, right? Like this thing that like you see it. I think he's picked them up before. During this fight, and it's just like I don't know. This time it doesn't look like he's gonna pick him up.
Yeah, he's not gonna do his weird little palm push up, right? That's done now. Because to be able to palm push up your glasses still need to be on your face. They ain't on your face anymore, Coral, because you're done.
And that said, I don't know if Django has a face anymore. It feels like
you can still see the outline of his chin.
You're right.
Of his candy cane chin.
Oh, another detail I didn't notice. I can see the candy cane chin. No, that's really cool. Anyone who has not gone back and looked for the goatee pointing upwards in the air should definitely do it because it's there.
I love that. Okay,
I got an outline in the face now.
Got Kaya in the frame too for this exploding star is awesome.
You can almost miss Kaya if you're reading fast.
Yeah,
just like I know.
But she looks great. All of it looks so cool. I like that Man, I don't know how to describe it. For the exploding star, the action lines seem to be concaving into the explosion, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Luffy's Gum Gum Bell is kind of pushing the action lines out.
Okay. It's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, you're right. No, I think I would agree with you. Yeah, and that's how you kind of miss Kaya, because your eyes are drawn out of the page into the page, kind of landing on Django. And then in the action lines with Luffy, you're kind of drawn to the line of action of the headbutt. Whoa, down the page.
Oh man, he's knocked so hard. That's all he had. All he had was this move. Man, Koro. Man.
Well,
that's everything for me, I guess.
Yeah, no, I think we've really nerded out about this,
this chapter.
Les Mis Steinbeck classic of a storytelling technique.
Ernest Hemingway. Let's do some jokes.
Definitely.
Some laughs. Some laughs. Do you have one, or do you want me to start?
Yeah, get him, Rubber Boy. I just like the turning of the crew.
Oh yes,
captain.
These pawns, right? These pawns are ready to be in the salvation of any captain with power. Is what I felt like they're coming at.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think I often have just a little more sympathy for that type of character than you do. I think I kind of almost in the same way that I had sympathy for Kuro, of just like, he picked the wrong career path somewhere.
Yes,
he
I
put
agree.
his maniacal energy into pirateness, and it just wasn't right for him. It was a bad fit.
Was
just
really into, I don't know, environmental conservation, he would be great.
To take a just an example from the top of our heads. Here in 2022.
You're right. They don't have pollution in One Piece or World A.
Oh no, no. I meant it more as a no. It's not because we are particularly concerned about that issue in any manner at all. That's it's just an example. The other thing.
Wait, before you go, I want to just. I'm putting this in the haha section, in the OP Got joke section, is because I love this cover photo. It pays off.
Oh yeah.
It pays off the original joke of him chasing the little chick around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
this is the Buggy's part 4.
Yeah, and then we see the giant bird, which I like to think. I doubt it though. Maybe it's the giant bird that catches Luffy from way back when.
I was not thinking that at all, but the second you said I like I like to think, my mind immediately went to you didn't have to say the bird that caught Luffy. My mind went there. Like, I was like, oh, it could be. I don't really remember the design of that bird, but you know what? For all intents and purposes now.
So good.
Canon.
And you see all the little skulls in the back too? So they eat humans.
Oh, no.
Right behind, right on the hill.
Buggy's a human.
Oh.
Buggy just doesn't look human a lot of the
right,
times.
But he still has a skull that shape over there.
No, he definitely is. He looked more human in his younger photos, I remember. And well, yeah, now he's all chibi, so he's very disproportionate.
And then he has like a bigger knife and fork than Buggy does. So good. Good. He has a little scar. Oh my god, the detail. Oda's the best. He is the best. It's gonna be a sad day when One Piece stops.
Well, I mean, hey, okay. Something about creators is that I often like when a creator can do a second thing, or a third or fourth thing.
I don't think he's gonna do another thing after this.
No, but that's the problem, right? We needed him to stop a long time ago so we could have had a second thing.
That's cool. That's true.
But at the same time, if he's enjoying it, he has stuff to say, Which
true.
I, as a tourist on this journey for the first time, will determine if he has enough stuff to say for the number of chapters that he has so far decided to say it.
Do you have a next joke? We probably gonna line up on the jokes.
No, yeah, you got who I liked. I like how Luffy said who said you could root for me. Just kind of poking his head.
It.
Especially visually, it's just so insane that he's over there talking to them in the middle of this fight.
It's such a good payoff. It's such a only One Piece can have a fun joke like that. Like, my goodness, that's great. I love Usopp slapping Zolo in the stomach in the wound. Stop right here! Stop! There she is! Ouch! You're hitting my wound. I love it. I thought that was so fun. It's just a fun little visual payoff.
It's cool. Like, we actually sometimes we have like pure legit pun ha-has, and actually I think I tend to like these a lot more. I love the puns too, but character based callbacks are always great.
Oh, dude, so good. And then I think my last joke is because I had "Don't go rooting for me" too. Shovel in the butt is what I wrote.
Yeah, and I know. You know what? I meant to find that panel again because I kind of wanted to see
if that's what they did.
Yeah, because this would be they get back up and hit again, right?
Yeah,
is what happens. Is this the one? Oh, okay. Because yeah, could well be. Could well be. In which case, the food boys have really done a number on Django.
You can see why he's ready to kill these guys. They've almost killed him.
You know what? There's another panel that is a pretty good joke where Pepper has the baseball bat and Django has kind of already dealt with the food boys a little bit, and so he's like holding Pepper at bay with his foot.
Oh yeah, that's good. It's a good visual gag.
But it's a good visual gag because to me it seems like Django should be a lot more scared of Pepper being so close to the bat with
and near
that
to his
area.
crotch, his nards.
Yeah. I'm like, oh come on, you just got hit last time. Take a little more caution. You've seen what these kids can do, but yeah, Django's cool.
God, the push and flow. It's just like so much small information of like before last chapter they were winning. And, like, the start of this chapter, they're losing. And they're losing bad, right? Like, the push and flow, and they don't quit. Just so good. Good.
It's definitely fun. It's a bit wild. Sometimes it goes on for a while. But, it always, when it ends like this, you can't complain,
That's true. That's true. All right. Talking about endings and complaining. We have to fight.
Get cats out of the bag. The claws are in the rock.
The clawdors are out of the bag.
The bells are ringing. The gum-gums are...
Hemingway. Yes. The gum-gums are gumming.
That's
it's
right.
time for our iconic panel battle. Dice. We're getting more and more creative every day. We're growing onomatopoeia boys. This is the section where everybody understands what's happening, where we throw panels at each other, and then we force them to fight each other, like Digimon. Ooh, I switched it up. Like Digimons fighting each other, evolving with our love and care and choices. But we don't have to be...
evolved.
Yeah, they do.
The Digimon evolves. The sound is very distinct, and I did not.
You didn't.
I think
you
as
didn't
good
get it
as
right.
onomatopoeias as if we've gotten, I'm nowhere near.
Yeah, no, it's all right. We have to. We'll start reading a Digimon manga eventually, so you get the sound right.
Cool.
This fight isn't just for me and Jacob though. It's also open to anybody. It's a Royal Rumble per se. It's a Fortnite. It is a Fortnite
Royal Rumble, a Fortnite
sort of deal. You guys can throw yourself. You can throw yourself into this fight. And how do you do that, Jacob? What do they do?
You get out your old pen and paper. On the front of that pen and paper, you write 2, and then you put a colon, and then you put grandlinetourist@gmail.com. Then you take that to a scanner.
Are you gonna have people pay for postage, and it's not gonna get to us?
I don't want to. If I had a PO box, I'd consider doing it. If someone wants to write us a letter, what they should do first is send me an email at grandlinetourist@gmail.com asking me to open a PO box, and I might do it if I get I'll figure out a way to accept a letter if someone sends me an email to grandlinetourist@gmail.com asking to send a letter.
Oh, we did it.
I'll make it happen.
We solved it. We solved world hunger.
There we go.
All right, I'm gonna take the first hit. You know what? No, I'm gonna go second.
Oh, well. What if I decided that no, it's okay. My panel's so good. Get it.
All right.
Take it out.
All right.
Read it.
Can I guess which one it is?
Be humbled. Oh, yeah, you can always guess. Guessing's kind of fun.
I think it's the middle.
Oh, especially because there's always so much going on the pages I send you that it's actually kind of tough, I think.
Yeah, the middle panel?
You were close. It's not the middle, so it must be...
The bottom.
Oh, wrong again. Okay, it's the top panel.
I was playing the mind game. I was like, Jacob's going to choose something different. But yes, this top one is a banger of a panel.
No, the middle was very close. They basically either panel with Gum Bell stretching.
I know
really
my
cool.
Taurus.
So go ahead.
he likes perception shots. I know he likes the.
Yeah. You got a good read on me. You got a good read.
All right. This is the fun joke of Luffy's head cranked all the way back towards the cat pirate, saying, "Who said you could root for me?" And God, they're freaking out. It's such a good comedy peg. And we also have a whine, which is probably the noise of his neck stretching.
Oh, and there's a bee. Do you see the bee?
Oh, boy.
On the left side of Luffy's head.
Yeah, great.
There we go.
Awesome. And then Luffy finished off the
what
panel.
if Luffy's head is an O? Not that it is. I don't think so.
That would be cool.
But boing. No.
He gets to say, he finishes the panel by saying, "I'm going to get you guys too. Just wait." He's in it, man. He's in fight mode.
Oh, yeah.
A
lovely panel. You're right. I don't know if I like being distilled down to the guy that likes perspective shots, but I definitely do. Kuro's so small, Luffy's head is so big, and it's just the panels where if you showed it to somebody who didn't know One Piece, they'd be very confused. Yep. I really love. Like you could show this to somebody and they would understand that is a neck stretched way too far, apparently leading from a man that maybe looks like he's got something holding on to him, and they would just be confused. And I just like that. It's just it's almost like inside jokes for One Piece readers if you just send these around.
And I think you did such a cool thing when you opened my eyes to this. The idea that there's two things stretching in this chapter, which is Usopp's slingshot and this scene. That's
and it's
so
like
cool.
Luffy's head is practically a pebble just getting ready to be shot. It's like it worked better than I thought it could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't it make you upset how good he is? It makes me upset.
Well,
as a guy who claims to be who likes to write, like I'm just so mad that he got this so perfectly to line up.
It's weird. It almost upsets me in another way too, where like I ultimately think I shouldn't be as entertained by this idea that Luffy's head, it stretches like a slingshot. Oh, what does Usopp use to fight? A slingshot. And it's like, but it still manages to catch me with a little bit of surprise.
Can I just say, once again, all of the main characters are doing what they stated they do. I stretch, I cut, I steal, and I shoot. Usopp he didn't get to finish his thing, right?
Yeah.
He was, I guess he did say he runs, but really what his verb is he shoots. So cool.
There we go.
All of it. Give that man an Oscar. Give him an Oscar.
He's got an EGOT. An EGOT's coming.
All right.
Haven't you heard about the One Piece musical? He composed a song. He's got his name on it.
I think I would
get that Emmy.
Love it too much, actually, if they did that.
One Piece music. I just know the two people that have the creds and the love ready to make it happen.
Write it? We do not have the creds.
Oh, no, you're right. We don't have the creds. We have the, what do you think this podcast is? This is us establishing cred.
All right. I got it, dude. That'd be fun.
You know what? You guessed. I think I'm going to guess as well. But I don't feel as confident. No. Oh, well, maybe I should. You know what? It's the Django exploding head panel, bottom right. That's my pick.
It's not.
Oh. Is it Kuro getting a hit with Luffy's head? Bottom left?
It's not.
Oh, okay. This was also... It's got to be the Usopp shooting the star panel.
It's not. I gotta
tell me which panel it is.
I gotta confess something to you.
You sent me the wrong panel?
No, it's both pages. It's all panels
on
this page. Yes, I cheated.
Panels.
I don't care. I'll forfeit.
You're considering
I'll
a
forfeit
page.
my battle. I'll forfeit my battle to say that this is by far the best. This is awesome.
It's a great spread.
Yeah,
it's a great 2-page spread.
Everything I wanted. From the beginning to the Les Mis. This is the part of that One Day More song in Les Mis at the end of Act 1 where they all sing all their parts at the same time, guys. Yeah, One Day More. Hear about it.
It is lovely. We got the boom. We got the schwank. We got
the
Gum
bell.
Gum Bell. We got Secret Exploding Star Technique.
Oh we got both
the
facial reactions of getting hit first.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very, I didn't realize how obviously simple the parallel between the two pages is. You got, Usopp's face, the face of who he's about to hit, and then the explosion of said face. You got Luffy's face, the face of the person he's about to hit, and the explosion of said face.
And it's just like, you brought up the pebble metaphor, and it almost looks like, if you look at Usopp's shot, it looks like a fun little match cut.
Yeah, well, it's almost like the pebble that is, you can't quite see it in that top right panel, right? Like, if the pebble was to come forward, it's going to be Luffy's head on that top right panel of that next page.
Yeah, based off the distance, right? Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah, no, it's now it's come a little closer. Yeah.
My God. Oh, so good. I'm so upset. I'm so upset how good it is. It also made me very happy to read this thing. Ugh. All right.
This is beautiful.
We got to end this. Because now now I sound like a darn nerd just gushing over this chapter.
That's right. Is it time that we do a quick reinterpretation of the plot to that story that we all know, For Whom the Bell Tolls, written by a famous author, Hemingbeck Stein Jeff.
That's the best. That's the best way to end.
Do you know anything about that story? It was a bad suggestion because I actually know nothing about it, so I wouldn't know what sounds exist.
It's about, I think, the Spanish War.
Spanish War.
It's an old school war for sure, and there's bridges. Old
school. Spanish War with bridges blowing up.
Let's just do the sound of the bells.
Oh, okay, very good.
Ready?
That sounds simpler than an old school Spanish War. Sound of bells. Here we go.
Here we go. Ding,
dong, 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 ding, dong, dong, dong.
Hi, I'm Kristen Bell.
Dong.
I'm Tinkerbell.
Dong. There's only one way. The Hemingway.
Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway.